This is a digital card game where you're sitting around a virtual table with up to 8 of your friends. Each player has their own hand, which no one else can see. In the middle, we call it the river, is where the players place cards that everyone can see. The scoreboard keeps track of whose turn it is. A yellow highlight indicates which player is reading the scenario card. The player whose turn it is flips the scenario card so everyone can see it, and then reads and responds to the scenario. When the player is done, they click on the Done Explaining button. Then the other players vote on the effectiveness of that player's response by dragging a card to the river. If the player receives more positive cards than negative cards, the player wins the point and earns the card. The scenario card then leaves the deck. If the player receives more negative cards, the player loses a turn and does not earn a point. The scenario card goes back into the deck and is still in play. But the game really gets interesting if a player decides to throw a challenge card. There are 2 types of challenges. One challenge is where the person who flipped and reads the scenario card must respond by adding something to their answer, rephrasing what they just said, or even linking the response to a particular policy or model. Then the other players vote on how well they responded to the challenge. Another challenge is where the person who played the challenge card to the river must themselves add something new to the answer, point out an inaccuracy, or otherwise correct the player who just read and responded to the scenario. Then the other players vote on whether or not the challenge was a success. The game continues until one player scores 5 points by either giving good responses to their scenario cards or challenging other players and winning those challenges. But watch out for the steal card. A player who plays a steal card automatically wins the point for that turn. And that's how you play. So now it's time to go play, learn, and have fun.